Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got game three of this three-game series between the New York Mets and the Atlanta Braves in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium on May 4th, 1978. Starting lineup here for the New York Mets, leading off playing third base, Lenny Randle. Batting second, playing right field, Elliot Maddock. Batting third, playing center field, Lee Mazzelli. Batting fourth, playing first base is Willie Montez. Batting fifth, playing left field is Steve Henderson. Batting sixth, playing second base, Bobby Valentin. Batting seventh and doing the catching, John Stearns. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Doug Flynn. And batting ninth on the mound is Jerry Koosman. Take a look at the Atlanta Braves starting lineup for this final game. And the Braves sweep the Mets. Braves have Jerry Royster leading off playing second base. Batting second playing center field is Barry Bonnell. Batting third playing left field is Jeff Burris. Batting fourth playing right field is Cito Gaston. Batting fifth playing first base is Dale Murphy. Batting sixth doing the catching Biff Pocaroba. Batting seventh and playing third base Ron Gilbreth. Batting eighth playing shortstop is Pat Rocket. And batting ninth and doing the pitching for the Atlanta Braves is Phil NIEKRO. Let's get down here to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium and get going. And Lenny Randle will lead it off, batting 308 with no homers and 11 RBIs, going up against Phil NIEKRO with his seventh start of the year. He's 3-1 with a 2.44 ERA. Here's the pitch to Randle. And against a 17, that is going to be a fly ball out the left field. That'll be out number one for the Braves. One up and one down here in the top of the first. And up steps Elliot Maddock. And Elliot is batting .455 on the year, no homers and one RBI. And against a 21, that's going to be a ground ball down the third. That's going to be a strikeout. Nuxie strikes him out for out number two. And brings up Lee Mazzelli here. See what Mazzelli's batting on the year. And Mazzelli's batting .219, no homers and 9 RBI. That's going to be a ground ball. Maybe. That's going to be another swing and a miss. NIEKRO strikes out the last two batters. And Addo in the top of the first. The Mets nothing. The Braves coming up with Royster, Bonnell, and Burris. Due up here in the bottom of the first. And Jerry's batting .277, no homers, and 4 RBIs on the year. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. That'll be out number one. And Barry Bonnell steps up now with nobody on and one out. Barry's batting .271. He's got no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Barry will trot on down to first. We got our first base runner of the game for the Braves. And Jeff Burris steps up to the plate, batting .253. He's got 2 homers and 7 RBI. And against I'm going to drop in for a base hit, I believe. Let's see here. Yep, that's going to drop in for a base first. And Cito Gaston will step up to the plate. Can he do some damage with a runner down in second in scoring position? And Bunnell. And our internet, I got bumped off a few times in the last game. And Murphy is batting and 8 RBIs on the year. And that ball is well hit. The Murph's going to put the Braves on the board here in the bottom of the first. And that's going to be a double in the right center field. And Burris doesn't have great speed, but Lee doesn't have a great arm either. So I think he's going to score easily on this play. 29. So 2 outs, 55 or lower. He's in there safely. And they throw him out. So the Braves score 1. And we just lost connection. I apologize. Hey, Aaron Reed's joining us here. Try to get this set back up. So the Braves are leading 1-0 thanks to the RBI. Trying to get this set up correctly. Give me a second here. This is not cooperating now. Now it's a beautiful day, Aaron. Not the weather. Either SteamYard or the internet's causing the problem, one or the other. Yeah, it's not the weather, that's for sure. This is freaking frustrating. Alrighty, yeah, the Derby is tomorrow, isn't it? All right, so we're at the top of the second now. It's 1-0 Braves. Here's the pitch to Willie, and that's going to be a ground ball down the second. He's got it. He's going to throw over to first for out number 1, and that'll bring up Steve Henderson now. And with a 1 out and nobody on, Henderson's batting a .185 with 1 homer and 7 RBI. And that'll be a ground ball down to short. That'll be out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. And Bobby Valentin's up now. Yeah, that's all. That's right. The old Oaks for the old male today. And Bobby's batting .324, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So a 2-out walk. Puts the tying run at first base for John Stearns. And Stearns is batting .236 with no homers and 8 RBIs. And that'll be a ground ball down the second. And he'll go to short way over to second base. And that'll end the inning. And Braves still could do up here in the bottom of the second. See if the Braves can add to this 1-0 lead. Pocoroba's batting .308 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. That'll be a base on balls. Biff will take it. He'll walk on down to first. Brings up Gilbreth now. And Gilbreth is batting a .184, no homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be back-to-back walks. KOOSMAN's walked the first 2 batters. Brings up the Rocket now. First and second. Still nobody out. 1-2. The Rockets batting a .174 with no homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be hit down the short. And a 51 on an 8. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And they're going to get the runner out at second. And that's all they're going to get. So it'll be first and third now with 1 out for Phil NIEKRO. We'll let him hit away here. So and a 24 on a 4. One, And that's what we was afraid of, the old double play here. That'll be the old 6-3, 6-3, 6, 3-6-3 double play. And that'll end the inning. And we go to the top of the third. It's still 1-0 Braves. We got Flynn, KOOSMAN, and then back to the top of the order in Randall. Doug Flynn is batting a .92 with no homers and 7 RBIs. He gets one off a field, squares it up, and that ball is hit into left field for a base hit. So Flynn's aboard with a single. So the tying run down first. And Jerry KOOSMAN at the plate. He'll try to bunt him into scoring position. And KOOSMAN's batting .071 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. And here's the bunt. And that's going to be a 2 misses on a bunt. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he fouls that one off. So they strike KOOSMAN out. He can't get the bunt down. Oh, there's one down. A runner still at first. We go to the top of the order and Randall today is 0 for 1. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field this time. That'll be out number 2. That'll bring up Eli Maddox. And Eli is 0 for 1 today. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. So now the tying runs down at second and 2 outs. Ford Lima's out here and get out of this inning with nobody scoring. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Flynn and Maddox. Here's NIEKRO all of a sudden can't find the plate. He's walked the bases loaded. Know where the place Willie at here. This coming with 2 outs with these 2 walks. Can he get out of this? Willie is 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his first time up. And that's the third walk. NIEKRO has just walked in the time run, folks. They go out and talk to him. The ball's not going where he wants it. Bases are still up. Steve Henderson wants this tie game open. Steve is 0 for 1. He grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's a swing and a miss. So NIEKRO gets out of it. But he walks 4 batter third. We're all tied up at 1. Royster, Bunnell, and Burris. Jerry, he flew out the left his first. I hope you can hear me now. Looks like we're having problems now with the mic staying connected. Let me know if you can hear me. And let's see here. 31-9 against a 10. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And that'll be out number 1. Up this little bit. And that brings up Barry Bonnell. He walked and came around the score. The Braves only run his time up. And that's going to be a base hit down the third. Barry's going to get aboard again for the second time here today. That'll bring up Jeff Burris. Go ahead, run down at first. And only one out. And Jeff singled his first time up. Here's the pitch to him. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And with Barry's speed down at first, can he break this tie? And that's going to be a double in the right field. And Maddox out there, he's got a good arm. So 24 with one out. He's going to stay put at third. Doesn't want to get thrown out here. Sacrifice fly, pass ball, or anything like that can score him. So we got second and third for Cito Gaston. A base hit here may make this a 2-run ball game. Mets are going to play back for the out. Cito's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the right, a lefty here. It's going to make him a 4 and 25-9. And that's going to be a single. And that'll score the runner, and the runner on second will get down to third. So the Braves are back up 2-1 here. Murphy's up with first and third. Still only one out. And the Mets are going to look for the double play here, folks. And Murphy doubled it and drove in a run today. And that's going to be another base hit, I believe. Yes, it is. That's going to be a single. And again, the runner's going to score. And Burris is going to hold down at third. So that's going to fill the bases. So now we got bases loaded. And one out. And Biff up, they go out and talk to KOOSMAN. Know where to put old Biff. Can he bust this game open? The Braves are leading by 1. Pocoroba is 0 for 0 today. He walked his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one. KOOSMAN's having a rough bottom of the third here, folks. And that ball is hit into center field. And Cito should score easy, even though he doesn't have much speed. That was cut off in deep center field. And Lee doesn't have that much of an arm. I know Cito. What just happened there? We got to go back here. Go back. Undo. Should be bases loaded. Should be bases loaded here. Just realized that the run scored Should be still a tie ball game. And of course, now it wants to lock up again. All right, should be bases loaded. Let's try this again. So Murphy got an infield hit. And now Poker Road in the center field. And it should score two, I would think. 33. 33. He's not even going to chance it, I don't think. Because a 49. Let's see if Murphy can make it down. And the runner still scored. What the hell now? Ah, I'm getting aggravated now. Getting aggravated with this crap. Try this one more time here. Hmm. So you got a runner down at third. We don't want him scoring. So it's a single. Single for Pokeroba, and Murphy's going to make it down the third with no throw. Is what we're trying to get here. Okay. And now Pokeroba is going to single to center. And we got first and third, and still only one out. And it is now 4-1, Atlanta. And that is going to force them to bring Anfield in. They can't afford to give up any more runs, and the bullpen is up and active. They got the right-hander up. Looks like either going to be Lockwood. No, so we got Gilbert up now. First and third, and still only one out infield, and he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lee in center field. That's barely going to be fielding column number 2. 52, that should score Murphy with no problem. Like I say, Lee does not have a good arm. Murphy will score with no throw. So now it is 5-1. And the Rocket steps up to the plate with Pokeroba down at first. And 2 outs, and the Braves have put a 4 spot on the board so far. 4 scores in 7 years, as Abraham Lincoln would say. Of course, this is 4 scores in 3 innings ago. And the Rocket reached on the fielder's choices first time up. And against the lefty, be an 11 and an 8. And that's going to be another base hit in the right field. Pokeroba is going to stop at second, and they can't get that all-important third out. And at the very least, that gets NIEKRO out of the way. Let's see if Phil can help his own cause here. This may be KOOSMAN's last, but he can't get NIEKRO out. And Phil is 0 for 1 today. He grounded into a 3-6-3 double play. And that's going to be a ground ball down in the second. He'll fire over to first. That'll end the inning, but the Braves score 4 and take a 5-1 lead as we go to the top of the fourth. You got Valentin, Stearns, and Flindu up, and maybe a pitch hitter for KOOSMAN if they get to him. Bobby he walked the first time up against Bill. That's going to be a fly ball out to Cito in right field for out number 1. And John Stearns at the plate now with nobody on and 1 out. You see the upcoming schedule for the Mets. They leave here and go to Philadelphia. Then after that, they travel to Cincinnati, Ohio. Stearns is 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice. And a 9 against a 21. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. NIEKRO strikes him out. Out number 2. And that brings up Flynn now. That's for his 5th strikeout of the game, Phil, through 4 innings. And Doug Flynn's up now. Can he strike him out in this inning? And he singled his first time up, came around the score. He only Mets run. And against a 16, that's going to be another hit for Doug. An infield hit. He's aboard here with 2 outs. And KOOSMAN is going to come out of the game. Short game for him as he's given up 5 runs through 3 innings here against Nuxie. And Crane going to come off the bench. See what he can do against the old Phil NIEKRO and that knuckleball. Braves are up 5-1 here in the 4th inning. 2 outs, a runner down at first. For this to catch up again. Sorry about this, folks. Alrighty, want the lefties. Ed's batting a $143, no homers and 2 RBIs, 2 outs. Flynn down at first, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Royster. He'll fire over to first for out number 3, and the Mets strand 1. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, still 5-1 Atlanta. Top of the order due up here. We'll need a new pitcher here. And it looks like Lockwood's going to come out as long as he's not tired. Trying to suck up some innings here for the Metsies. Yeah, Lockwood's going to come out of the bullpen. He'll be facing the top of the order here in the bottom of the 4th, with the Mets trailing 5-1. So bad. And this is Lockwood's 4th game. He's got 1 save on the year with a 3.38 ERA. Royster's 0 for 2. He's flown out the left and the center. And that's going to be a short, I believe. Yep. And that'll be out number one. And that'll bring up Barry Bunnell. And see if Barry can. And, and Barry is 1 for 1. He's walked, came around the score both times and singles. And that's going to be a 2 outs. And now it's up to Jeff Burris to keep this fourth inning going for the Braves. And Burris is batting .272 on the year. See if he can get on base and bring up Cito Gaston. And Burris is 2 for 2. He's got a double, came around the score and singles. And he squares this one up. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. That'll be a 2-out double. See if Cito can drive him in and make this a 6-1 ball game. All righty, Cito is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Came around, make him an 18 on an 9. And that's going to be a nice play down at third by Flynn. And he's going to throw over to first to end the inning. So the Braves strand 2. We go to the top of the 5th. It's still 5-1 Atlanta. Sorry about that. My daughter's texting me. All righty, we got the top of the order due up here in the 5th inning. Randall, Maddock, and Lee Mazzoni. This is pitch to Randall. That's going to be another walk. So NIEKRO has struck out 5 and has walked his 5th batter. So, see here. In that 3rd inning, he got out of it with comes Elliott up to the plate now. And Elliott is 0 for 1. He's walked and came around the score and struck out, so he hasn't put the ball in play yet. And that's what the doctor ordered. That's a ground ball down to Jerry Royster. Taylor made double play 4-6-3. And I don't race the walk. Now there's 2 outs, nobody on for Lee Mazzoni. All righty. So here's the pitch to Lee. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 for NIEKRO. We get to the bottom of the 5th. Still 5-1 Atlanta. And it'll be Murphy, Pocoroba, and Gilbreth due up here for the Braves. And Murphy's having a hell of a game. He's 2 for 4. He's got a double and an single, an RBI double his first time up, and then he singled. Can he keep it up here, folks? Nope, that's a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number one. Alrighty, so Poker Rope is up now with one out and nobody on. And that's going to be a back-to-back strikeouts. Lockwood coming in doing a fine job. That'll bring up Gilbreth now with 2 outs, nobody on. And Gilbreth is walked and had a sacrifice fly. So this will be his first official at bat, and against the righty, 14 on a 9. That's going to be a base hit. Nice job of getting on base by Gilbert, the slow roller down the short. He's aboard here with 2 outs. And the Rocket steps to the plate against Lockwood. And let's see if Rocket can keep this 2-out rally going here. He's 1 for 2 today, reached on the fielder's choice and singled, so he's been on base both times. And against the righty, that'll make him a 9. And a 9 on a 9. And that's going to be a nice play down at short by Flynn. He fires over to first to end in. Brave strand 1. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Montez, Henderson, and Valentine due up here. Top of the 6th. Okay, here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll be strikeout number 7 for NIEKRO. So when he finds the plate, they're unable to hit the ball. The problem is he's walked 5 batters also. Brings up Steve Henderson, but he's been lucky. Only one of them's come. And Henderson's batting a .181 on the year. And he's 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out and struck out. And that'll be another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Can NIEKRO strike out the side here? Here comes Bobby. Bobby's batting .316 on the year. And he is 0 for 1 today. He has walked and flew out the right. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. That'll end the inning. But the Mets go down in order 1, 2, 3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. We got the Rocket, NIEKRO, and then back to the top of the order. And Royster. And NIEKRO's up. The Rocket made the last out. Sorry, so it'll be the NIEKRO, then Royster and Bonnell. Sorry about that. NIEKRO's 0 for 2. He's grounded out, placed. And that'll be a fly out this time out the right field. Maddock has got it. Round number 1. Jerry Royster steps up to the plate now with nobody on and one out. And Royster's 0 for 3. He's flown out the left center and popped up the short. And that might be a base hit here, folks, against the righty. 13 and a 8. That's going to be a nice play out in center field by Lee. He makes a nice running catch, robs Royster of a base hit. 2 down now for Barry Bunnell. Barry started a 2-out rally. The Braves are up by 4. And here's the pitch to Barry. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Flynn. That'll end the inning. The Braves go down in order. And we go to the top of the 7th. It's still 5-1 Atlanta. We got Stearns, Flynn, and a pitch hitter for Lockhart. And Stearns is 0 for 2 today. Reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Bunnell's got it for out number 1. And Doug Flynn comes to the plate now with nobody on and 2 outs. And Flynn is batting .212 on the season. He is 2 for 2 today, though. He singled twice, came around to score the only Mets run. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. That's going to be an E6. So the Rocket messes that play up. So now there's 1 out. Flynn down at first, and we'll have a pitch hitter here for Lockwood. See who's going to come on. And Bruce is coming off the bench. Runner on at first, and only 1 out. Mets trailing by 4. Game keeps slowing down for me. Hey, D. Scott. It's in the house. What derby? Yeah. Brown derby, huh? And Bruce is batting a .180 on the year, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a comebacker to the mound. 2-1-0-1. And that's going to be fielding column 1. And they're going to get the lead runner out at second. Bruce will be down at first now as NIEKRO spins, fires down the Rocket. So now there's 2 outs and back to the top of the order, and Lenny Rand. And Rando is 0 for 2. He's walked, flown out the left and center. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out the right field. So he's hit it to every outfield position and has been out every time. We go to the 7th inning stretch, folks. Here in the bottom of the 7th. See who's going to come out of the bullpen here. And I think Butch is going to come out of the bullpen here. Let's see how long it's been since he's pitched. Yeah, Butch Metzger is going to come out here and pitch. As we keep waiting on this game to load, unfortunately, folks, I apologize. And this is Metzger's third appearance. He's pitched 3 innings, has a 9.0 ERA with no record. He'll be facing Burris, Cito, and Murphy here. Here's the pitch to Jeff. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby at second. And that'll be out number 1. And Cito is batting 146 on the year. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI today, though. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. He says, I don't need Murphy to drive me in. Cito hits his first home run of the year and makes this a 6-1 ball game. And that'll bring up Dale Murphy now. And Murph's got his average up to 235. He's 2 for 3 today with a double and RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And that's going to be an E5 as Randall muffs that one up. He holds on to it, doesn't compound it by throwing it away. Murph's down at first with 1 out in a 6-1 ball game. That'll bring up Biff Pokeroba now. And Biff, he is 1 for 2 today with 2 RBIs, and he's walked. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Henderson in left field for out number 2. And that'll bring up Gilbreth now. And Biff and Rod is 1 for 1. He is an RBI, walked, and had a sacrifice. And that's going to be a base on balls. So now we got first and second for the Braves. And now it'll bring up the Rocket here. Rocket batting a $181. He is 1 for 3 today. Reached on a fielder's choice, singled and grounded out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. The Braves strand 2. We go to the top of the 8th. The Braves leading by 5. Bottom of the 8th. And he's got Maddox, Lee Mazzelli, and Monts to pitch to Elliott. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Tito's got it for out number one. And that brings up Lee Mazzelli. And Lee is 0 for 2. He's walked, struck out twice. Can he get the hat trick on him? No, that's probably going to be a base hit in the left field and the right field. Sony goes the other way with it. He's aboard here with one out in the eighth. And that'll bring up Willie. That's trailing by 5. NIEKRO trying to get through this game here, folks. And Willie Montez is 0 for 2. He's walked and struck out and had an RBI on that walk when NIEKRO walked in a run. And he squares this one up, folks. All of a sudden, NIEKRO's in a little bit of trouble here. That'll be a ball hit out the right field. Cito's got it. He doesn't have that great of an arm. Let's see if Lee can score from first. And let's see here. Throw to the plate. A 56 or lower. He's safe at home. And a 63 Cito. This is the kind of game it's been for the Mets. Throws him out. Nice play out there by Cito Gaston. Throws the runner out at the plate and keeps it a 6-1 ball game. Lee's still down at second, and with that double, Montez is down at second as Lee got thrown out at home. Henderson comes up now with 2 outs and a runner down at second. Willie is 0 for 2, walked. Sorry, Henderson's he's 0 for 3. He is grounded out, struck out twice. Can NIEKRO get the hat trick on him? No, that's going to probably be a base hit in the right field. Going to be a 30. So again, a 56 or lower. He's safe at the plate. And Cito throw out his second runner at home this inning. No, that's going to score on the RBI single and make it a 6-2 ball game. And now Steve Henderson's down at first for Bobby Valentin. Let's see if Bobby can keep this inning alive for the Mets here in the eighth. NIEKRO. And Bobby is 0 for 2. He is walked, blew out, and grounded out. And that's going to be another ground ball down to the Rocket. He's going to go the short way over to second to end the inning, but the Mets score 1. We go to the bottom of the eighth. It's 6-2 Braves. Got back to the top of the order in Royster and Bunnell. Bill is 0 for 3 today. And he's going to be 0 for 4 as he swings and misses at that one. So now there's 1 out here in the eighth. Back to the top of the order in Royster. See if Jerry can. Royster's batting .264 on the year. He is 0 for 4 today, though. He has flown out the left, center twice and popped up the short. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. So 2 down now for Bobby Bunnell. Bobby get aboard here. Give Jeff Burris a chance to do some damage. And Barry's 1 for 3. He's walked, came around the score twice, popped up and grounded out his other 2 times up. He squares this one up. Barry's having a hell of a game. And that ball is hit well in the left field. And they misplay that one. He's rounding second. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man, and he's in there with a 2-out triple. Can Burris drive him in here and get that run right back that they gave up in the 8th? And make it a 5-run game where a grand slam can't even hurt you. So Barry down at third. Jeff is 3 for 4, 2 doubles. See if he can deliver here, folks, as we drop the base. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. He'll take it himself. Sorry, that's going to be a pop-up down the first in the foul territory. And he catches it, makes the out. And the Braves strand one. We go to the top of the 9th. Bottom, Nuxie's going to try to go to distance. Stearns is 0 for 3 today. NIEKRO's got 8 strikeouts, 5 hits, 5 walks. Here's the pitch to Stearns. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. The Rockets got it for out number 1. Brings up Doug Flynn now. See if he's in like Flynn or if he's going to be out. And Doug is 2 for 3, came around the score. And he reached on an error, so he's been on base every time. And not this time. That's a fly ball out the left field. The Mets are down to their last out. See who's going to come out of the dugout here. Pitch hit. Sergio Furr is going to come off the bench, the switch hitter. Sergio. So the Mets are down to the last out. 2 down, nobody on, trailing 6-2. They need. This is Sergio's first plate appearance of the year. He batted .212 on 1978 with no homers and 1 RBI. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be hit down the second. Let's see here. A 24 and a 7. And that's going to be a fine play down there by Jerry Royster. Dive and stop. Throws over to first. And that'll win this ball game, folks. As the Braves win this one 6-2. And sweep the Mets. And the Mets 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. The Braves 6 runs, 12 hits and 1 error. The Mets were 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Left 7 men on base. Nice job by Bunnell and Burris, Gaston and Murphy. Braves were 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Cito with the home run. The Braves left 9 men on base. Jerry KOOSMAN falls to 1-5. Only goes 3 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, walked 3, struck out 1. Lockwood comes in, pitches a nice 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. And Metzer comes in, goes 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 2, and gave up the home run to Cito. And NIEKRO goes to 4-1, and he goes the distance, 9 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, walked 5, and struck out 8. And we'll do both of these games since the Yankees don't play on the 4th. Here's the American League game, the Twins in Boston. And the Twins win 11-7, 16 hits and no errors for the Twins. The Red Sox 7 runs, 14 hits and no errors. And the only other game is the Dodgers at the Cubbies. And the Dodgers win a close one against the Cubs. 12 runs, 19 hits, and no errors. The Cubs 10 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. Their wind must have been blowing out at Wrigley today. Take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. And the Yankees are leading the Tigers by 2. Red Sox by 2. The Brewers by 5. Toronto Blue Jays are 5.5 games back. Orioles are 7. And the Cleveland Indians are 9.5 games back. The Twins got a nice lead out in the West, 6 games up on the White Sox. The A's are 6.5 games back. Kansas City 7, Texas 8, California Angels 8.5, and Seattle 10 games back. And in the National League, you got a tie for first between the Expos and Pirates. Phillies are a game back. Cubbies are a game and a half back. Cardinals are 5.5 games back, and the Mets are 10. And out west, the Dodgers are now 3 games up on the Giants. Padres are 4.5 games back. And the Reds and Atlanta Braves both have a 10-13 record, or 6 games back. And the lonely Astros are in last place, 7 games back. Dwayne Kuiper's leading the American League with a 4.05 average. Reggie and Gorman Thomas are tied with the home runs, and Reggie's leading with 23 RBIs. Larry Parrish is batting .412 in the National League. George Foster just hit his 8th home run, and he's got 23 RBIs to lead the National League also. And Louis Tion's leading in the ERA with a 0.33 ERA. You got 2 pitchers tied with 5 wins and Goose with 5 saves. The National League, Don Robertson with a 0.84 ERA. Quite a few guys tied with 4 wins, and Bruce still with 5 saves. Reggie Jackson's leading the MVP vote in the American League. And Paul Spitoff is leading the Cy Young in the American League. George Foster leading an MVP. And Rudy May is now leading the Cy Young voting. Oh, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. So I want to thank Aaron Reed for stopping in here today, and D. Scott Howard for stopping by. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. And on your way out of Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.